Ladies and gentlemen and children of the planet Earth, what you are about to see is a day in the life, aka living on Barge Dragon and traversing from Coinjack Marina in North Carolina to the Pimlico Sound, aka Cape Hatteras. Trees and grass and big on duck hunting. They're big on duck hunting in Coinjack, North Carolina. Duck. They even got the big boys out there. Swan heads. Well, Pimlico Sound. Pimlico Sound. Hopefully on the south end of it, I have no idea where I am. I've been on this body of water for approximately, today will be 4 days, 4 full days, if I stay on until 3 o'clock this afternoon. I got about 12 to 16 hours worth of fuel, depending on the windage and the throttle. Land is over this way, somewhere, about 5 to 8 miles away, as near as I could figure from the lighthouse and the lights that were blinking last night. The wind is coming out of the east, and it's going to blow me towards the west, but I need to go to the north to get to land. And I definitely need to go to the north. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of fuel. Then I'm going to have to call for commercial assistance. And we don't want that. Right there on the deck is that last 55-gallon drum of fuel plus what's in the crane. It's been going pretty good out here. Yesterday it got a little snotty. Towards the end of the day, it was like 3-4 foot waves, but it picked up just for an hour or so, and then it laid down when the sun went down. Well, that's about it. You can see my gang box got smushed again from the waves. We had a storm last night. There's no lights out here in Pimlico Sound. There's nothing out here. No lights. There's not a buoy. I haven't seen a boat since the day I got on here. I saw maybe off in the distance 5 miles away what looked like a wake of a boat. There's not a buoy. There's not a lobster trap. There's not a fisherman. When they pull the anchor up, there's nothing but mud comes off it. There's no mussels. There's no worms. There's nothing in this sound. It's like from the Twilight Zone. I can't believe there's no fish. I didn't see a seagull pull a fish out. Well, I'm going to conserve some more time off of this. And with that, there's the sun peeking at me. Hello, Mr. Sun. Oh, today it was 50-something degrees when I woke up. It was kind of like being in Key Largo in mid-August to me. Instead of wearing 7 layers of clothes, I'm down to 3. 7 layers and freezing. The other morning it was 10 degrees with the wind blowing, with the wind chill factor. It was 10 degrees. It was 30 degrees out with a wind chill factor of 10. To give you an idea how cold it is out here, I bought a bag of ice 8.5 days ago, and it's still got half of its water and half of it's still ice cubes. It was so cold, one night I wanted to crawl into the ice chest because the ice would have kept me warm. That's how cold it was. Dad was right about it being cold. Oh, and there's pelicans. I saw some pelicans yesterday, a pair. And I saw one the day before that. So I guess I'm moving south. All right, that's enough. We got to go start the big motors. Talk to you later. Well, as you can see, I'm refueling my big tank from the drums that are on the deck. I have been in this spot since about 10 o'clock this morning. And when the waves were about 1.5 feet, but it was too foggy to see that open water tower that I parked next to. The reason why I parked next to it is so that I might be able to get a fix on where I am when the weather clears up from the Coast Guard. Because right now I have no idea where I am. I've been here since this morning, like I said, and I will probably be here until the day after tomorrow. Because even if I could see land right now, the way that the land is dead on into these waves, and that would be southwest, because the winds are coming directly out of the southwest, and there is no way I could fight it to get there with the amount of fuel that I have, because when that tank is empty, I have 30 gallons in the crane and a 4-gallon reserve, and I need to be going with the wind. Waves are now, I guess they're 2 to 3s with some 5s in between. 2 to 3 foot seas with 5s in between pushes me to where I get 4 gallons of diesel fuel to each mile I burn
4 gallons, and that doesn't work.
If the open container doesn't start raining, then I have to go get my cover, put the cover on top, put a weight on top of that, and then wait to fill it up. Then as soon as I'm done with those 2 containers and I'm going to unfuel it, and I put my siphon hose in top of that container with the top on it, the one that's there now, stops raining. As soon as I go to unsiphon the fuel out of that one, and I'll put the 2 open containers on top of the fuel tank right here, it starts raining again. It's a conspiracy. I know it's a conspiracy. Even Tommy's pumpkin is falling apart. My friend Tommy Melanson. His pumpkin is falling apart. Tommy, I know I told you I'd get that pumpkin to Florida. I don't know, buddy. It looks like it's starting to, near as I can tell, looks like it ain't going to make it. But there'll be remnants of pumpkin on the deck for you, Tom. And this is what I have to contend with, refueling this container from where it is, because it was too heavy to move over all that.
Every day you have to take fuel out of the drums and put them into the 5-gallon buckets and transfer them up, because my fuel pump got washed overboard in a hurricane.
Not really. It's pretty nice out here. As long as the anchor holds, I can stay here for a week with the provisions I have. It's just that it wasn't something that I planned on. I know that nobody else would have stayed here. I don't know of anybody else. But actually, it's quite nice out here. Nobody yells at me but me. And I never yell at me because I'm here and I'm not getting yelled at by anybody else, so there's no reason for anybody to yell. If that makes any sense. And I'm sure it will to some people who I know. Well, enough of this. I only have about 30 minutes left. I'll leave you with this open water. That don't work so good. This is an open water thing, which means I am in open water. Where? Oh, I'm in Pamlico Sound.
Pamlico Sound.
4 days now to get to this point. I have not a clue where I am. Best estimate is I'm 80 miles into 110 mile sound. Worst estimate is I'm 70 miles into 110 mile sound.
And this is where I was stationed for 3 days because the fog and the weather wouldn't let up. And the weather just got worse by the day, every day for 7 days in a row.
They put it, when some guy in a boat comes out and rapes you mid-sea, you need commercial assistance. Isn't that nice? Hello, I'm here to give you commercial assistance. How much money do you have in your assistance? How much money do you have in your pocket or your bank account? Because we do things commercially. We don't take pennies, we take cash, dollars, and coin. Commercial assistance, folks, it's a wonderful thing. So if I don't get within 50 miles of land from my open water sign, I am going to need commercial assistance. Now, for some more reality. This is what the cabin has come to look like over the last week.
Life on a barge.
It's a darn mess. That's my fuel containers. I'm keeping them out of the rain. There's my sleeping bag that got wet in the rain today. These are all wet clothes because I left this window, that window right there, with the lighthouses on it, open while I was looking for land, which I never did find, and I got everything wet. And this is it, folks. This is it. What do you want to see close-up of? You want to see close-up of my mitten, which is really a purple sock, that I lost the other one in a storm somewhere about 500 miles ago? Or do you want to see what's going to be for dinner? Because here is dinner. Believe it or not, that's dinner. You want to see? Look at my hands. They're a mess. I've had oil and grease on my hands for the last 30 days almost, and I've had it with the oil and grease part. The flashlight, no more juice. Batteries are dead. All 4 sets of other batteries are dead. My water glass with my iced tea, gone. Must have fell down from a wave. Got all my gloves and everything wet. Yep. This is my peanuts. This is all I got left for peanuts. This is peanuts compared to what I started with. Here's my fresh water supply. That's it. After that, we drink fresh water out of this thing. Right there. This thing ain't focusing. Out of that, but that tastes like metal. So you have to put iced tea in it, and sugar, and cocoa mix, otherwise it just tastes like a rusty old tank. There's the light of the Lord there. That's the only thing that's been working nice. So I don't know, it's 5 days now and it's still full of fuel. I think it's being refueled subconsciously by something else. And that's it. This is my emergency gear right there. I hope if I get into that, that means that I have had it, that I'm swimming for sure. Those gloves there, those are the wet gloves. We throw the wet gloves on. Wet.
As you can see,
Anyone who looks at this tape and thought that I have possibly lost my mind, you're incorrect. I have never been in more control of all my faculties. This place makes you alive. One mistake, just any one mistake, and you have had it. So you either pay attention or you are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Up Schitt's Creek without a paddle after one mistake. And that is a day in the life on the Barge Dragon by, you guessed it, that crazy bastard from Key Largo, Michael Fazio. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day, and I think I need to get a bigger camera.